Hi, welcome back to Funky Burger. I am Funky Burger.
Hi, I'm Zurieti.
Anyway, Cloud called us both and was like, "Hey, could you clean up my something? I don't know what I'm about to clean. I think it's his bike. Oh no, I think it's oh
The
no,
giant ass sword he carries around.
it's the Shinra office.
Alright.
I don't remember if you remember us talking about it, but oh holy shit. Uh back when the first part of the Final Fantasy VII remake came out, didn't you float the idea of us playing like the original?
Maybe, yeah.
And I still have it.
Okay.
Just a thought, just an opinion. To be honest, Final Fantasy VII, not my favorite Final Fantasy game. I was gonna make a Dragon Ball Z joke, but then I
Bum,
lost it.
bum, bum, bum.
Sorry, Chris is eating the funky burger. With a side of fuck you fries.
Hey, hey, hey. Fuck you.
Oh.
Ba-da-da.
I cast.
Winter penis.
Ew.
Your penis is now half its size.
Winter penis wrap up. Penis wrap
Yeah, you
up.
should wrap
Penis.
up your penis when it's cold outside.
Put it in a little sock.
Sure. Do I have fibromyalgia?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
Rheumatoid arthritis, HIV or AIDS, blind or low vision, cancer, cardiovascular heart disease, celiac disease, cerebral palsy. Am I deaf? Do I have diabetes? Am I addicted to alcohol and other illegal substances? Do I have a disfigurement, epilepsy or another seizure disorder, gastrointestinal disorders, intellectual or development disability, mental health conditions, bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, schizophrenia or depression? Missing limbs or partial missing limbs, mobility impairment. Do I need a walker, a scooter, wheelchair, or leg braces? Do I need crutches? Do I need a cane? Do I need a seeing eye dog?
Oh,
Nervous system condition. Example, migraine or headaches, Parkinson's disease or multiple sclerosis. Neurodivergent. Do I have attention deficit disorder, hyperactivity disorder, autism spectrum disorder, dyslexia, dyspraxia, or another learning disability? Uh, Am I partial or completely paralyzed? Do I have pulmonary respiratory conditions? Am I short of stature? Do I have a traumatic brain injury?
is there an all of the above option? If you have any, if you have any of these conditions, you might be able to get on Ozempic somehow.
I should probably stop with back.
Is there effect on Pepto Bismol?
Ulysses Grant was arrested for speeding and later said the black police officer took him in for should face no consequences for doing his job.
Hmm.
Certain ants farm other insects, specifically aphids, raising them in herds and milking them for their honeydew, making ants in many ways one of some of the world's oldest farmers.
Dang. I want to be milked by an ant.
There are regions for DVDs, and if your DVD player doesn't match the disc region, it won't play.
Yeah, that's how what's the word? Consoles worked as well at some point. If you had like a American uh what's the word? An American like PS3 or something and tried to play a Japanese PS3 game on it, you couldn't.
Odd.
Yeah.
Almost as odd as
Funky
All
Burger?
Java.
I'm sorry, as what?
Housewife of the Year was an annual contest in Ireland from 1967 to 1995.
Oh shit, can we still win it?
Is it the year 1995?
Maybe. I don't know.
Do we live in Ireland?
If we do enough brain damage to each other, maybe.
I remember I looked into a thing where it was like, if you move to like some of these abandoned towns and like, or mostly abandoned offshore towns in Ireland where like the only way you get there is like through a boat or a helicopter,
Uh-huh.
um, they'll like give you up to like $100,000 for the proper like to move there. And the thing is like the $100,000 is to fix or repair the property you're getting.
Yeah, yeah, I do remember you talking
And
about
so
it.
it's like, okay, so it doesn't really shake out that well.
Yeah, because like even though they promised that, weren't there like a bunch of like weird stipulations to it as well?
Yeah.
Like you need to actually
Well,
like show some like what's the word? Progress in cleaning the residence or whatever.
I think so. And also, like the amount of money you get varies off of what building you choose to take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Royal Game of Ur is the oldest known board game in the world, set in ancient Sumeria from the 3rd millennium BC. It was popular for several thousand years, and for good reasons. There is a game, yeah, for good reason.
What's how do you play the game?
How do you play the game?
Yeah.
You lost. You
Damn.
have to, you have to stop playing the game. You just lost the game.
Damn.
But no, I'm clicking on the link, but it's taking forever to load.
Oh.
Ancient Mayan period El Castatillo mimics the sound of a chirping sound of a quetzal bird when humans clap their hands around it. Researchers argue this is not accidental, as the builders of the temple felt divinely rewarded by said bird.
Damn, I wish I was divinely. I wish a bird gave me gifts. Gifts? Gifts, yeah.
Okay, so this is a long explanation. Never mind. It's like a 25-minute explanation.
Oh, is it like one of those shitty ass like 2010 like board games that like has a shit ton of setup and like a shit ton of rules?
Not really.
You know what I'm talking about when I say like when I talk about this, right? That like they're usually like a spacefaring game in some way, shape, or form.
You can just say you hate Settlers of Catan.
No, no, Settlers of Catan is like super simple to set up. I'm talking about the ones that are like spacefarer adventure neon genesis or whatever, and it like takes 50 years to like get the board set up and then another 50 years to like get like your shit figured out. But no, I do have what's the word? I do have some pre existing biases against those kind of games, because literally anytime I would play that kind of game, it would be with this really shitty dude from the 4-year college that I went to, who this guy wanted to win at all costs. Uh,
I must win.
you don't understand. He played D&D once, and the DM for that game kicked him out because he basically like sacrificed all the other player characters to like this evil like demon god or whatever, because he got a power up from him once. And yeah, no, I'm not kidding. He
Go
lured
on
the
a rant.
he lured, from what I remember, because I played with this DM that this happened with this guy. Okay, so I don't think he'll ever see this, but he was okay. So at my not my community college, but at my 4-year university, there was a chess and games club like thing, like, yeah, a chess and games club, and I would go there occasionally because, you know, I would meet some people there, and I can't remember his name. Let's call him A for right now. Uh, there was this guy named A, and he was like super hyper like competitive, like even in fucking like collaborative games. Like if you weren't doing what he said to win, like he got real like pissed off about stuff. Uh, but yeah, according there was a DM in the Chess and Games Club that I ended up like playing a couple sessions of a D&D campaign with, and he's like, yeah, no, this guy like joined a campaign that I was running, and he was playing a warlock, and they were interacting with like somebody involved with his patron, and his patron ended up giving him like a power upgrade in some way, shape, or form with his sword, for sacrificing somebody. And so not only did he sacrifice the party, but he also like sacrificed a bunch of other NPCs, and he's like, how powerful does the sword get now? And the DM's just like, well, you kind of fucked up the campaign. Like, you've killed everybody.
How strong is the sword?
Yeah, I. And then also his favorite fucking game was like, what's the word? Were these like space like pioneer like Settlers of Catan, but way more fucking what's the word? Sorry, I'm trying to think of the word. Way more fucking complicated. And there was this one time where I was playing with two of his other friends, and he like, you know, they're having like an argument about something because the one friend is like, oh no, I know how this always goes down with you. And he's like, hey, how about we do this? And like they start whispering amongst each other, and they're like, okay, fine, deal. And so we start playing, and then, you know, as a part of these games, you like need to like make trades and stuff, and no matter how much I tried to trade with these two, neither of them would take my trades no matter how good they were. So I was kind of fucking dead in the water. And at the end of the day, the guy was like, hey, so I made a deal with A, to not trade. We were not going to trade with you at all. And it's like, what? Why? And he was like, well, we both wanted to win. And it's like, but like, what the fuck? He's also the reason why I'm not super what's the word? I was interested in the concept of live action roleplay, like LARPing and stuff, but this man also killed any interest that I had in in like, you know, in the hobby, because once again, he wasn't like, you know, we got our characters, and we were two characters that were connected together story wise, and he
You actually went LARPing?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, it wasn't like anything crazy. It was what's the word? I wasn't like fighting with foam swords or anything. It was
You're out in the
just
woods.
no, not out in the woods. We were doing like a pirate themed like LARP session where we were where we were a group of travelers on top of a not on top of but on a like a ship that was traveling, and we all had our like different storylines and stuff. But yeah, basically I was playing like a criminal or something, and he was playing my partner in crime, and like he was completely ignoring like our own win conditions, and he was just like gathering a shit like what's the word? He was like
Gathering bombs.
well, yeah, like he
Gathering bombs, placing them under the main GM's house.
sort
These
of
weren't fake bombs in game, these are just real bombs. And he had found
that's kind of what it felt like, because he was like completely derailing people's like plot lines, because like each of
oh, he was taking the win condition of we get further ahead in our quest than anyone else can in their quest, we win. So how we'll do that is we'll sabotage everyone else.
yeah, no, it was weird. And like there was a guy that I hung out with at the college who got really pissed about the situation, because like one of his contacts basically got turned against him uh because this dude was being fucking crazy. Okay, game, this license plate is clean. What am I missing?
He just fucking he's the type of guy who's just like, so we're gonna role play using our magic powers and everyone like can like cast their own thing, and we're gonna try and do this like bit like a turn based combat. And he says, I pull out my fantasy gun and I shoot you in the forehead, killing you
Yeah,
instantly.
yeah, that's like
Bang, 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 bang.
this man was not fun to play with. Oh, there was one more story. So the thing with Chess and Games Club is that one week they would have like the game, like they would play like board games and stuff. Uh, then the other week they would play chess, and I got my days like fucked up, uh, and I like came in on a chess day, and I'm like, oh, I'll just like I won't stick around, and they were like, no, stick around, you'll love chess, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess, and I guess he like had to feel better about himself in some way, because like he kept playing against me, and I kept losing really badly, because I'm not good at chess, uh, and it got to a point where they're like, "Oh, hey, let's play." Like I don't remember what it was called, but basically it was like a team version of chess where a bunch of like a set of players sits on one side, and then another set of players sits on the other side, and every time you capture a piece, you send it down to the person next to you. And I
Huh.
don't know what the point of this was, and what's the word? Like, I'm like, I don't get what this is, and he's like, no, you'll get it. You'll get it. And like, I thought I was getting it, but then I did something, and he starts screaming at me, and that like ups like I ended up not going back to Chess and Games Club for the rest of that year, for the rest of that semester, because like nobody thought like this guy went off on me, and there were a bunch of other people like at the Chess and Games Club. Nobody like came over and was like, hey, you're going a little too far, like what the fuck, dude. Like they were
You
treating this guy
should
like
have maced him.
I should have maced him, but like like everybody was treating like, oh, this is just like a quirky thing he does, and it's like, this guy's a sociopath, actually. I would not want him in my friends group. But yeah,
Yeah,
I spent a lot of time telling that story.
it's alright. Alright. A cinema accidentally played the trailer for Heredity and one of the scariest horror movies of all time at a Peter Rabbit showing for kids.
I know people say Hereditary is the scariest film ever. It's kind of funny, actually.
Racially segregated school proms are still happening in the USA as late as 2013.
Oh no. Well, actually, let me rephrase that about. Sorry, I would have dipped back onto Hereditary real fast. The funny thing about Hereditary is that the commercials do not do it justice on like what goes on in like the show. I not in the show, but in the movie, because like you've seen the Hereditary commercials, right?
No, I
No.
haven't seen. Oh, I've probably seen about a rumor.
Okay. Well, in the commercials, the little girl from the movie like is very predominant in like the marketing and stuff, if I remember
Mhm.
correctly. Oh, spoilers for Hereditary, I guess. The little girl does not make it like past like Act One, essentially.
Oh, she died.
Yeah, she dies once again, spoilers for Hereditary. The brother ends up like after his grandmother's funeral goes to like a high school party, but like he's having to watch the kid sister as well, so he drags her along, and the kid sister has a peanut allergy. No, not a peanut. She has a nut allergy, just a nut allergy in general, and she eats a brownie at the fucking at the what's the word at the party, and guess what, bitch? They're walnut brownies, and so she
She
starts
died.
having a no. She doesn't die from. Actually, it's kind of dark. She doesn't die from the allergic reaction. The brother starts like takes her out of the party and like starts driving her to the hospital, I believe, and she tries to stick her head out the window to get air. But as they're driving, the brother ends up swerving to avoid hitting a deer, and he basically beheads the little girl with a light pole. Essentially, it's really fucked up.
Fuck.
Yeah. Anyway, spoilers for Hereditary. Yay.
Eh,
Yay. Your little sister got decapitated.
there was something called the juiced ball theory, which suggests that baseballs were used in the MLB had been altered by the league to increase scoring. The theory came about in the late 90s, early 2000s, but the theory receded as and all of that data of increased scoring has now been attributed to steroid use.
Oh, I mean,
This
something was
land
juiced.
effect, whatever. Ah,
Scorpion!
how long do we record for?